2, hello. How's it going, friends? What's up? So, the chemical smell is gone from my place here, and now we're back to the extreme amounts of noise. It seems like I can't get a break over here. I got either pervasive, intense smell of chemicals filling this place, or I have them like running a wood chipper full time. This is what I have to choose from. Please tell me you won that gray beanie in single combat. I did, yes. Have you told them you're a big time streamer and need to keep it quiet? You know, I did. I went down and was like, do you have any fucking idea who I am? And weirdly, I think they were doing some kind of a joke.
Have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
I name this child Balzac.
They were doing some kind of a joke, and they were like, we don't care. We don't care. Shut up. Who are you? I think it was like some kind of a meta ironic bit that they were doing. That Comrade Social Distancing, thank you, Comrade Social Distancing, for the 24 months of Prime and for the amazing, incredible amount of support that you showed me and you showed this stream. I appreciate it so much, and I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And congratulations to you for the brand new, highly exclusive, highly elite 24-month sub badge. Thank you also to Sans Quixote. I don't know how to pronounce it. Thank you also for the 9 months of Tier 1. Thank you very much. What a good way to start the stream. Show them the Fox News segment, yeah. I'll have you know, I was once featured on Fox and Friends. Like 4 years ago now. Gosh, how time flies. How time flies. Chin chin, everyone. It's my last Coke Zero cherry. It's my last one. Make it count. What do we think about this look? I think my preference is no toque, but it's just a little chilly. It's just a little chilly, and I'm just wearing the toque because it's nice. It keeps my head warm. I had to air out this place so it would not have this pervasive chemical smell, and it's a little chilly. I feel like my preference is no toque today, though. Finished my last Cherry Coke Zero on Monday. I need more very badly. I found a place nearby that has it. I found a stash. I'm going to have to go back and see if they got some more. Because you can't get it everywhere around here. Like at all the major chain grocery stores, it's never there. But I did find it at this more tucked away little place. I think I'm going to go no toque. I feel better like this. I'm pretty warm here. I put on some fuzzy socks. I got my hoodie. Feeling good. Hey, Dimitri, what's up? I'm a toque and scarf inside guy from December to March. Scarf inside? That's interesting. That's very interesting. Excuse me. Via Clueless's trip she brought back, and I got a chance to try the much hyped all dress chips. Pretty good. Honestly, I'm not a huge... they're fine to me. I think just because they're not like a special thing that we just grew up, it's all dress chips. They're just not it's not like a special or interesting flavor. It just doesn't do much for me. I don't often pick them up. They're fine. I believe we disagree on this outrun. I'm a salt and vinegar guy. If I remember correctly, Marty, you're anti-salt and vinegar. Is that correct? And again, big fan of Marty, aka Outrun, mod of the channel. Huge supporter of the channel. Would not be able to function as a person, as a streamer, without Marty. One of my top lieutenants. Some of the worst takes, though, with both food and TV and film. This is the Marty dialectic. Some of just the worst takes imaginable. But we love Marty in spite of this. In spite of, not because of it, but in spite of it. The contradiction sharpening. Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's tremendous. That's tremendous. It's a miserable day here in Montreal. It's cold, it's rainy, it's very windy. I'm like looking out the window here and I'm just seeing like rain splattering against the window. It's just a miserable, miserable day. After many, many months on TRRS, Lucid, and Left Flank, I'm starting to think there's an inverse proportionality between leftist streaming and good food takes. River and Ravens, I've got perfectly fine food takes. Okay? I've got perfectly fine. My food takes are are good, okay? Don't worry about that. It's minus 17 here. God, that's just way too cold. That's just way too cold. I'm just looking at my plant just for a moment. I think because of the lighting, my plant back there seemed a little like yellow. I probably need to water these guys. I got a couple of other plants. I'm trying to become a plant guy. It's hard though. It's hard to transition from a non-plant person to a plant person. You have to really take care of these guys, you know? Sometimes I go for a couple of days and I'm like, oh yeah, these require care and attention, these things. This guy's getting no sunlight whatsoever up there. I'd be content just to hear him say chili has beans, not noodles. I don't understand, like, I was honestly surprised when I saw the discourse about not to start new chili discourse already. When I saw the discourse, though, about chili not having beans, that was confusing to me. I was honestly thought people were doing like an extended bit. Of course chili has beans in it. What is this thing about chili not having beans? What is this? I don't know. I thought people were joking around, but I guess that's a real thing. Chili without beans is just meat sauce. What about Skyline chili? It's cinnamon meat sauce over spaghetti. See, I mean, that sounds... I would like to try it. Especially I'm intrigued by like the big mountain of cheese they throw on there. I would try it. Beans disqualify chili and make it a stew. I think is the argument. Big huff in Texas if you put beans in your chili. Big huff. I don't know whether that's good or bad. For me, beans belong in chili. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you put it on a burger or whatever, then it's not. But then it's like, that's something different to me. That's like a chili sauce. That's a meat sauce. I don't know. Chili to me has beans in it. I'm a big bean boy. That's how I usually refer to you. Doc. I guess like if you don't have beans in chili, that's fine. You know, there's a number of situations like on a burger, if you have a unlike in Quebec, we have something called a hot dog Michigan, a Michigan style hot dog, which is like a meat sauce on the hot dog. That's not chili, but a chili dog, I guess, maybe wouldn't have beans. Yeah, chili is, I think this is a good way of going about it. Outrun, chili as a meal, put beans in it. Chili as an ingredient, like chili pie on a hot dog, no beans. I guess what I was confused was about the adamant opposition to beans. That's what I was confused by, you know? Like, sure, don't put them in there, but like, do we need to get upset over it? Do we need to be offended by it? That was more my question, you know? Yes, we do. Okay. Every year there's a big chili cook-off in Texas. You'd get absolutely mobbed if you brought chili with beans. Wild. Wild. I don't know. I don't know, folks. I just don't know. So if you brought your neighbor chili without beans, you'd be canceled. Unless you brought them some hot dogs to put on as a condiment. Beans go in chili because they're cheap and filling, and chili was always a survival food for me. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This no beans thing is strange to me. You mean have clipped footage to make Marcus cry. Okay, that's good. Bring chili with soybeans in it to a Texas chili contest, get executed in the town square. Maybe throw in just like some tofu as well. Beans and tofu chili. Bring it to the big cook-off. The big Texas cook-off. It's my specialty. My specialty, chili with tofu and beans. I've been given a lot to think about today, chili-wise. Well, thank you, Base Junkie. Brand new follower. And this is the kind of content, the kind of discourse that we like to bring to the table here on this channel, and that's all we do. This is going to be this for the next, 3 hours or so. How fast can the Democrats resolve societal chili issue before even attempting to deal with the strike? Who's your chili secretary? Pete, Kamala? Pete probably makes some really bland chili. I feel like his chili is just like a big bowl of ketchup with some pepper in it. That's Pete Buttigieg's special chili recipe. Little too spicy. It's a little too spicy for me personally, but that's what I make when I bring to potlucks. Maybe some rice. Throw some rice in there. Pete's chili's just bolognese. Chasten put a little salt into the chili once. Never forgive it for making it too spicy. It was just too much. We could read it as there being conflicting groups of chili idealists who prescribe or eschew the use of beans. We'd be better off taking the descriptivist line to discover and appreciate the many regional variations of a warm and hearty dish that I only eat in ski lodges. You know what I like? That Wendy's chili, which I believe does have beans. Jason was quite literally in the doghouse after that incident. We don't talk about that anymore. We don't talk about the chili incident in the Buttigieg household anymore. Will we be covering the death of former General Secretary Jiang Zemin? I mean, probably not extensively, Johnny, but I do have a clip. I do have a Jiang Zemin clip to look at, which I think in the wake of the we talk about media coverage of China often is going to be really interesting to look at. Tim Hortons chili with bread bowl, that was Canadian culture. I didn't enjoy that much, but Outrun asked me about a bread bowl a few moments ago, and I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to a bread bowl in any way. It's not something I enjoy that often, though. Dunking on Mike Wallace, that's exactly... Well, not even dunking on Mike Wallace. It's he's supporting Mike Wallace in this while he's yelling at another journalist. You know what I like, though? A bread bowl. I don't have chili in bread bowl very often. You know what's really good, though? that one of those pumpernickel bread bowls where you take out the bread and then you fill the bread bowl with like a spinach dip or something, and then you have the bread to dip in the spinach dip. I don't know how to try that. That's a great snack. You're watching the big game, whatever. Watching the game. That's good stuff. That's very good stuff. How do we feel about Frito pie? I cannot say I've ever had it. I'm certainly not opposed to it. It's not like a regional thing here, I don't think. Texas bowl of red is pure chili, just beef chunk, garlic, and copious amounts of guajillo That does sound pretty good. I'm making a spinach dip bread bowl for the next party I'm invited to. It's going to be a hit. I'm sure you'd be able to put your own special little flair on it as well, Carnoba. I'm going to try to... I really need to try to remind myself to start reading the chat from here, because you can see I'm reading it from here from like the preview, and then when I go over to Twitch chat, I look over there. That's most of the time I'm looking at the chat, and then every time I look at the videos for the end of the stream, it's me looking like this. Ooh. Just a little streamer inside baseball there. Yeah. So how's everyone doing? How are you doing, folks? Well, we talked about some food stuff, the weather. I actually had Tim Hortons for breakfast today. Usually at Tim Hortons I have the farmer's wrap. That's my main thing that I get there. I never really get anything else. The farmer's wrap, which I enjoy. Today, though, I did try the steak Tim Matin. The Tim Matin. I don't know what that is in English, actually. In Quebec, it's the Tim Matin. It's a little like play on words because matin is morning. So it's like a biscuit, egg, some like thinly sliced steak chunks, melted cheese. It was pretty good. Have you tried the chicken McGriddle? I love McGriddles. I haven't had one for a while. I have had a chicken egg McMuffin, which was very good. I have not tried the chicken McGriddle though, but I'm sure I would enjoy it. That sounds wonderful, actually. I would really like to try that. I don't even know if they have that here. I mean, they must. If they've got the chicken egg McMuffin and they have McGriddles, like they must have something. They must be able to put something together here. Farmer's wrap doesn't sound too good, not like McGriddle. A farmer's wrap is good. It's just like a wrap, like a tortilla wrap. You got egg in there, sausage. There's a hash brown in there in the sandwich, melted cheese, and this kind of like spicy mayo. It's really good. It's usually my go-to breakfast order there at Tim Hortons. Today I switched it up though. Great deals on the McDonald's app. Proud sponsor of the stream, McDonald's. Get that app and use the discount code TRRS to get some great McDonald's deals. Hugely thankful to big sponsor McDonald's. I will be eating McDonald's tonight, actually. I had Tim Hortons for breakfast, and it is Wednesday, and on Wednesday I go get my son a Happy Meal. So I'll be getting some McDonald's later. You had me at hash brown inside. Yeah, it's good. It is honestly, it's quite good. We've got a really great diet going on here. It's actually not that bad, but now that I'm saying it out loud, talking about both my breakfast and what's sure to be my dinner later, not sounding too good. Okay. My school cafeteria made a breakfast wrap with hash browns inside. Ate it almost every day while I was teaching. You don't think about it too much. It's an interesting dynamic to the whole breakfast sandwich. Throw that hash brown inside there. Tim's eggs got worse on average after they switched from using the powdered eggs. Yeah, you know what? It's kind of an interesting stance. It's like I feel like I agree, but I shouldn't agree. I actually think I preferred without the real eggs. I think I agree with that. They switched to just using actual eggs in their products, and I kind of liked how it was before. Don't know what that says about me. I don't know. Does it come in powder? I don't know if that is true. I don't know how they did it before. I actually don't know. It was just some kind of egg-like material. Oh, okay. That was yummy. What a great soda that is. Cherry Coke, zero sugar. That's wonderful. That classic egg-like material. We love it. It's delicious. When we have the TRRS compound, we're just going to get it delivered in big vats. Big vats of egg-like material for all of us to enjoy. I'm literally downloading the app as we speak thanks to your sponsorship. You know, it's like I have the McDonald's app and I used it for a while, but I haven't for a while. I don't think I've used it the last couple times I've gone. I'm going to check the McDonald's app right now. Proud sponsor of the stream, McDonald's. What do we got? What do we got? Like the Al Pacino. This is my impression of Al Pacino checking the McDonald's app. What do we got? I don't know. Nothing that special. Didn't I say I was going to start doing Al Pacino-isms more the other day? You could probably run some sort of machine learning software and find the worst places in the world based on where caffeine-free Coke is selling out now. It's funny because I came out as strongly anti-caffeine-free Diet Coke, and then some members of this community started to convince me otherwise. Maybe I would like to have a caffeine-free Diet Coke at 11 at night. Because I just enjoy it as a refreshing beverage. You know? Maybe I would like to have a little a little fridge pack just for a late night. A little late night little treat. I'm starting to second guess myself on this. I'm starting to second guess myself on my anti-caffeine free Diet Coke stance. I think it was community member G Cluppy that said, I just like the taste of Diet Coke and sometimes I want to have it at night. And I was like, that kind of makes sense. I just like the taste too. I usually just drink it at night anyways. But, maybe I should be rethinking that. Maybe I shouldn't be having that caffeine late at night. Proud sponsor and endorser of all views expressed on TRRS. That's absolutely right. That is absolutely correct. Caffeine and sugar-free Coke is not real soda. Sure it is. I never drink Coke with sugar in it. Drink more water. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Hello, Allie. What's up? We're almost through the food and beverage discourse here. Diet Coke is 99% water. Thank you, DRP. It's absolutely right. I know some don't like it, but I honestly really like the A&W Diet Root Beer. Good for late night too with no caffeine. I do enjoy that as well, Old Dutch. That's nice. That's a nice little treat. Flying home today and still need to pack. Well, I'm glad you're sitting here watching this very important discourse, Doc, instead of doing something important that you need to be doing. I'm at work. Okay, well, even better. Even better. Thoughts on blue cream soda? Big fan of Big Blue. Can't say I've ever had it, Dimitri. I actually haven't had a cream soda for a while now. I don't know when the last time I had a cream soda was, and I've never had a blue cream soda. I didn't even know that existed. I didn't even know it was a thing. You know, if you're lurking, if it's your first time watching if you just came from like the Twitch algorithm, or it's your first time watching this content, why don't you sound off in the comments about your favorite beverage? You got any beverage takes you need to get out there? This is a safe space. You got any kind of takes about beverages or snacks that you don't feel comfortable expressing in your day-to-day life in other Twitch chats? Now's the time to do it. This is the kind of discussion that we like to have here.
You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Comrade Social Distancing, thank you for the 2 gifted subs. And you know what, Comrade Social Distancing, thank you also for the gifted sub yesterday. Right as I was leaving, you gifted another one. Don't think I didn't see that, sir. I saw it, and thank you. Thank you for that and for all the support that you show on this channel. I like chalky milk. I mean, I'm an unapologetic, maybe I am slightly apologetic. I do like a glass of milk sometimes. And yeah, I'll have a chocolate milk. I try to avoid the sugar. So I don't enjoy it as much as I used to, but I do. Sometimes when you're having a nice, a hot meal, it's nice to have a nice cold glass of milk with that. Some people find that weird, but it's not weird. It's totally normal and cool. And there's nothing wrong with having a nice tall glass of milk.
You can count on me.
Nothing whatsoever.
Good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Pepsi Max for life.
Lack of XP, thank you for the 18 months tier 1. Not a big Pepsi Max guy over here, but I appreciate your stance on this. I've been on a big tea kick lately. Caffeine, non-caffeine, doesn't matter. I should probably drink more tea, I think. I drink tea like when I'm sick. Maybe I need to make it more of my standard. Maybe I need to become like a more of a tea lifestyle guy. If you're a lurker and this is your first time in the chat, sound off in the comments about whether or not you think Rob could defeat a goose in hand-to-hand combat, especially if the answer is yes. I'm a Wisconsin cheesehead. I grew up drinking milk like soda. There we go. There's nothing wrong with it, and I'm sure you're a big, strong boy now. In fact, I know you are, Gen X Bushy. Lots of water and some coffee. Okay, well that's not too exciting, but good. I'm glad that's working out for you. Any able-bodied adult could defeat a goose. Thank you, Cool J. Goose might get the upper hand at first, but Rob finishes the fight on top. God, I don't want to give in. Miragons, what are you doing? Don't bring me down this path again. Miragons is just coming in here. I've got time to start 35 minutes of goose discourse here. I will just say though that in all these goose fight videos that I've seen on YouTube of people getting attacked by geese, they're all fighting not to lose. That's the difference, okay? That's the difference. I don't fight not to lose. Not against goose, not against anybody. I play to win. I play for keeps. Circle K Sip and Save is $7 a month for one free fountain drink a day. That sounds like a great deal. I love those because in Quebec we have a chain of like convenience stores called Couche-Tard. And I don't know, I think they had some merger with Circle K and now they have like those fountain drink machines. I wonder if we have that. Cuz I love those fountain drinks. I get the Diet Pepsi with cherry or whatever. Tremendous. I would absolutely pay that. I would pay $7 a month. I wouldn't even get one every single day, but that's just a great deal though. You have 3-4 sodas, you're in your money there. Right? You don't even need to have it every day. That's just a great bargain. Normally they're $1.07. I think it's more expensive here. Probably because of like the Canadian government or the Quebec government, like nanny state, sugary beverage stuff. Sales tax and all that kind of shit we got.
We simply use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
Goose wins with a Mortal Kombat fatality inflicted upon Rob, leaving all who witness in fear of the rising specter of revolution that will materialize due to our colonization of their land.
Thank you, Dimitri. Thank you for the 200 friend coin. I wouldn't even be mad about that, you know? Okay, Ali, now that's a wild take. That's the kind of bizarre, weird, out there take that I was hoping we got today. Vanilla Coke mixed with orange soda is good. Wow. Wow. I don't even know what to make of that, frankly. I don't. I'm a big soda enjoyer, as you know, as you all know. That just reminds me of those things. And what is it like? There's different regional variations when you're a kid and you just go to like, you just mix all the different fountain sodas together. Like, what do you call that? Tastes like a creamsicle. Yeah. Swamp water. A suicide. Okay. We got different. I'm a Kalimoto drinker, which is 50-50 Coke and red wine. Oh, wow. A potion. My kid is really into making potions lately. That's his big thing. Because, you know, he loves Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, of course. I've talked about before. And we got him this, like, little chemistry set thing. But he doesn't really do any of the actual chemistry experiments. He just wanted, like, the test tube and the little beaker that was in there. And he just makes little, like, juice. He pours some juice. He has some of those little, like, drinkable yogurt things. Puts some of that in there. Some water. Mixes it up. Drinks it out of the test tube, and he drinks like fucking 50 of them per day. And then he goes, and like does this transformation. Making his own C4 energy drinks. That's right. When Alien. God, John, I was just thinking about this today. I want to watch Alien and Aliens like so bad. I just got to set a time to do it, don't I? I would like to just do them back to back. I really want to do that though. Let me figure that out, okay? I will set a time. This weekend is probably not good. I will try to aim for a time next weekend to watch at least Alien. And then we can, if we set a time, we can schedule the next one. Oh man, 15 days until Avatar 2 comes out. Jesus Christ. That's so soon. How long has that timer been going? We've had that for like 8 months. We've had that Avatar 2 timer for so long. I frequently drink Monster Zero Sugar Large. I mean, I had one of those yesterday after my therapy appointment. I went and got a red Monster Ultra. Very good. If you watch Alien and Aliens, make sure it's the extended editions that only add new stuff without detracting from the original. I'm of two minds about that, Comrade Social Distancing, because I've seen the extended Aliens, and I think I prefer the theatrical version. I don't know if that's a weird stance for Aliens fans, Aliens heads, because in the extended edition you see the whole colony before all the bad shit happens. I actually like, and it's cool to watch, and there's some other stuff with them setting up these like sentry guns and stuff that gets added in. I actually like, though, not seeing the colony at all. I like how they just show up, and the first time you see the colony, it's all fucked up and everyone's gone. And it just seems they walk in, they're like, what the hell happened here? Like, so that's always I love that trope in movies, and it's the ultimate version of that trope is in Aliens, when they just go in there and it's just like, Jesus Christ, it's what the hell's going on in here? So I actually like the theatrical edition more. God, I really can't wait to watch Aliens with the community, honestly. I really can't wait. Does TRRS have a movie club? Yeah, we do. It's just I'm never able to do it. It's kind of frustrating. Often the movie club happens without my presence. And for a while, our friend Doc Hollywood was running a movie club, which hopefully he can get back to at some point as well. I'd be extremely interested in joining. If not, I would love to perhaps start one. Could be educational to witness different movies' perspective with the Marxist audience. And yeah, I would be happy to have you do that, Dimitri. Anyone's welcome to stream shit in the Discord. I can't always be there to check it out, but you can absolutely do that. Yeah, Kino for Comrades. I will set a time to watch Alien though, because I really, really want to watch Aliens. Alien also I love as well. I probably, as a movie, I think it's probably better, even though Aliens is probably my favorite film of all time. But in order to watch that, we got to watch the first one, so I will set a time to do that. This weekend is not good because on Saturday I'm going to go see Arcade Fire, because I happen to know somebody in Arcade Fire. I'm getting a +1 to see Arcade Fire because I'm kind of a big deal, folks. A big time streaming celeb over here. Hobnobbing with all the other, the big shots. So that's what I'm doing on Saturday. So I will find a time next week, not this weekend, but next weekend. Okay? I will find a time next weekend to watch Alien with the community. I don't know if a back-to-back is possible. At least watch the extended edition of Alien. Okay, so I hear what you're saying, Comrade Social Distancing, but I don't also want to get into the spoiler territory because there's people that haven't seen it. So I don't want to start talking about spoilers too much. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's 30 years old. I know it's 30 years old, but people haven't seen it. Some people, Some people haven't seen it. If there's people that haven't seen these films, I would like them, if there's anyone that's somehow managed to avoid spoilers for this 30-year-old movie, I would be happy if they were able to experience these things in the community. I've never seen 99% of the movies this community talks about. You got to get involved in this, Goth Angle Sinner. This is the Rob Cannon. I've exposed
This is some guy,
people to the
Rob
Rob
Russo,
Cannon.
some leftist based in Canada. I was turned on to this sick individual, and I found this.
Well. If it isn't Lucid Fox. I see. Well. Hello, Lucid. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Thank you so much for joining us. Get his ass. That's right. Look who's come crawling back. They're in, folks.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Thank you, Lucid, for
Hello,
the raid.
Rob.
I really appreciate
Thanks
it.
for streaming.
Welcome, raiders. Thank you, Risk Inverse, for the 18 months tier 1. Bring it on in here, raiders. Please smash the follow button. If you haven't, I am Rob. You might know me. You might not. I don't know. I am a socialist Twitch streamer here in Montreal, Quebec. Lucid's been a guest on my podcast a number of times. Please give me a follow. Join the community. Join the Discord. How was the Lucid stream today? How was that? We got another Montrealer already. Look at that. Hexavir. We love it. We love it. It's a miserable day here in Montreal. A miserable, cold, rainy, and windy day. I guess now that there's actually people here, we've just been talking about like food and snacks and beverages for basically the last hour. So perhaps it's also full of illegitimate elections. Perhaps now we can transition to actually talking about serious business. Perhaps. Or we could do more beverages. Lucid chatters. For those that just joined us, you got a favorite beverage? Sound off in the chat. I would love to hear from you. I just enjoyed a nice cherry Coke Zero Sugar. Very good beverage. And Hexavir is a milk drinker as well. There we go. Whole milk. Totally normal. Totally cool to do. I just enjoyed that delicious Coke Zero Cherry. What are you working on? Coconut Berry Red Bull. Oh, that sounds kind of interesting. Hot lemonade limeade on a cold day. That's very interesting, John. Caffeine-free Diet Coke. We got tap water. We got orange dreamsicle rain. Rain is, of course, now banned from the stream. Former proud sponsor of the stream. Former proud sponsor. No longer. They've forsaken me, and they've forsaken this community. They disrespected me. They insulted me. My former sponsors at Rain, quote unquote, Total Body Fuel. Very unfortunate situation. What happened to Rain? They know what they did. The orange creamsicle is insanely good. It is good. So is the white gummy bear. I still enjoy, despite myself, I still enjoy the product. Even though they're now in a lifelong blood feud with Rain Total Body Fuel. Future sponsor Starburst Cherry C4 Sugar Free. That sounds really good. I was looking at that we were posting photos of that in the Discord server, and I was like, damn, that looks like a very solid energy drink that I would like to try. More like Total Body Fool. I just send them an email to the customer service that just says that. How much of your body were you able to fuel before the rug pull? I mean, quite a lot. I had a good solid 18 months of drinking Rain like every single day on the stream. I don't know what that did to me long term. I don't know what kind of long term consequences that's going to have. Everyone would just resign on the spot. The whole board of directors. Immediately. The whole board of directors at the Rain Body Fuel Corporation. If I got emails at work making insulting puns about my company, I just put in my 2 weeks notice. Of course, you can't recover from that. I had a medium strawberry cheesecake blizzard last night when it was -5 because I'm a psycho, but it was awesome. I mean, a blizzard is just, no matter what temperature it is outside, a blizzard is just delicious. You know? It is. Let's not pretend it isn't. You know what? I was at the grocery store today, and they're starting to have that seasonal candy cane ice cream in the grocery store. That's good. That's good stuff. Does anyone else have that around late November, December? The candy cane ice cream? That's always a nice little winter treat. Nice little December treat. Walking through a blizzard to get a blizzard. There we go. You know, it's Christmas when the eggnog flavored ice cream comes out. So I've never seen that. That sounds kind of good, though. Another thing they have here at the grocery store here, though, is the President's Choice brand. It's candy cane flavored eggnog. While we're talking about candy cane stuff. And that's nice. That's nice. Maybe if you want to get really crazy, maybe throw a little bourbon in there or something. Just a little dash. Can we have eggnog flavored candy canes? Now that's getting wild over here. That's getting wild. Oh, it's been like an hour of this. I know I said this like 10 minutes ago. I should start to look at something important, right? Okay, here's a couple things. I just got a couple like videos to take a look at and react to before we really get into any serious discourse. In fact, we don't even have to get into serious discourse. Like my whole point about the strikes and everything was outlined in the title of the stream. We don't even need to get into it more than that. But we're going to anyways. Here's a good video. Okay, let's start to warm up the brain stems here. What is that? Okay. I saw this video of I got a couple things saved here that I'd like to take a look at with you. Including a couple videos that I meant to look at last week and just never got around to it. Here's this Spanish sports journalist losing his patience with his guest's constant anti-communism. I enjoyed this video today. When I saw it, this is good. This is good stuff. Sometimes you just gotta fucking go off on these types.
Si es una porquería, ¿por qué tanto miedo le tenéis? Si es una porquería, te pregunto yo ahora, porque es una porquería, ¿por qué tanto miedo le tenéis? Porque estáis todo el santo día con el fantoche, con la fantochada del comunismo. Porque sabéis todo el día, cuidado que vienen los comunistas, cuidado que vienen los comunistas, cuidado que vienen los comunistas. Pues si es una porquería, si no sirve para nada, si es un fracaso, ¿para qué vienes cada día que vienes a este programa a contar el rollo anticomunista?
Precisamente porque...
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Porque te voy a decir, te voy a contestar lo que tú no tienes narices de decir.
Pero no se ponga nervioso.
No. Sí me pongo nervioso delante de este personaje. Porque lo que no tienes narices de contestar. Porque el comunismo es el único sistema que os ha dado un puñetazo en la puñetera cara al sistema capitalista, a los explotadores que habéis estado explotando, a los pobres y a la clase trabajadora. Y lo que tenéis es miedo de que la ideología vuelva y os vuelva a pegar un puñetazo. Ese es el miedo. Y por eso estáis todo el santo día hablando de que si fracaso, de que si es una filosofía que no vale para nada, que no sé qué, que no sé cuánto.
Go off, sir.
Puñetazo.
Go off, sir. just spitting straight facts. Why can't we have sports talk radio like this? I don't see a lot of this in Canada. You know, I'm a sports guy. Some sports show should invite me on there. I can talk about sports ball, soccer, basketball, whatever. And I could just go on rants like this. That would be entertaining, right? You want to see the link? I'll give you the link. Here, hold on. This is just great. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, we have fucking Don Cherry. We have the opposite of this. The only time our sports guys are allowed to talk about politics is when they start just being like open racist and fascists. I would a Rob rant on Sports Center. That would be great. That would be great content. Even if you don't agree, like even if these people don't agree. I could get a viral. You want a viral clip? You want a viral Sports Center clip? I could deliver that for you. I could deliver that. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes on Sports Center. I'll give you a fucking viral clip. Too busy talking about if Mitch Marner has the grit to block shots in the lane. Yeah, or like you can just go on about how Russian people are like cowards. You can do Russophobia. That's totally you're allowed to do that in Canadian sports media. I can get you a tow, dude. Believe me, there are ways. Hold on, sorry, I'm just taking a screenshot. Just taking a screenshot. I may even tweet that I'm live today. Who knows? I may even get crazy and tweet that I'm live. Should I do the old reply to my viral tweet trick? Let me tell you why the haves will never win. It's because we can't have basic needs served by the politicians in charge who would rather do... Yeah. I would like to go off against sports owners. I did a little bit about that on the Insurgents podcast the other day. Why do sports teams have owners? Why do taxpayers fund massive state-of-the-art stadiums and then we just give them to already rich people so they can make more profit from it? How does that make sense? Why do we have like one publicly owned sports team in professional sports? Why is it prohibitively expensive to go see the game in your local community? Oh, I've had a hard work week. It's Friday night. Hey, there's a game on. I'd like to go to see the Toronto Raptors. I'd like to go see the Montreal Canadiens or what have you. It's like, oh, it's like $300. I guess I will be not doing that. Why can't we just go to the fucking game? We built the stadiums. We paid for it. We should be able to go to the fucking game every now and then. This is the kind of thing that I can offer. Okay? Here's another wonderful video. We've been talking about China lately in these strikes and the strikes is separate, these protests in China. We've been talking a little bit about that and Western media coverage of China. Did I not bookmark this? Certainly I did. It was a while ago that I wanted to look at this. Certainly I bookmarked this video. Oh, here we go. I don't know if anyone saw this, but, you know, we've been talking about politically China, what's been going on there, why I'm a China supporter, why I'm a China enjoyer, and why I think other people on the left and the West should support China, or at the very least try and understand or try to learn from some of the amazing things that China has accomplished over the last couple of decades. You know, that's kind of my stance. But it's also just a ground. It's also the location of a lot of really just wonderful dudes rocking videos, including this. I don't know if anyone saw this. This is just fucking tremendous, though. These guys, these fine gentlemen here, invented like a new sport. And I would pay good money to watch this sport on like pay-per-view. It's just awesome. You don't need to speak the language to understand exactly what's going on there. Top tier video content, absolutely. It's just dudes being fellas. It's funny because we hear so much about it's just this massive prison camp of billions of people. They're all just these mindless automatons, brainwashed automatons. These people seem like they're having a great time. I don't know. These people seem like they're having a wonderful time. So does our friend Peng Zai, you know? They seem like they're having fun. They're laughing. They're inventing new sports. You know? This is great. You don't seem unhappy to me. This guy's still going though. This guy's great. I can't zoom in. I don't have a proper thing to like zoom in, but the guy's face of just pure betrayal. Pure betrayal. It's just so great. What on earth are the rules of this game? Okay, so I thought it was clear. Like I didn't think you need to speak the language to figure it out. It took me maybe a time or two to look at it. But like, so you have the two people doing rock, paper, scissors, right? And depending on who wins, you either advance one step up the muddy slope, or you get whacked in the face with the wet pillow to try and knock you down. You know? So your guy wins rock, paper, scissors, you advance, he loses, you get whacked in the face with the muddy pillow. And if you fall down, if you stay on your feet, you can continue. The laughter is just so great. And then three times in a row. So one of them is like your champion. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. I want to play this. I want to find some kind of muddy slope that I can play this. It looks amazing. And the laughter is just infectious too. 3 in a row.
哎呦，你看我俩，哎呦，俩，上，来来来，俩，上，哎呦，哎呀，哎呀，贵呀，俩，漂亮，哎呦，你看你，俩，嘿，漂亮。哎呦，上！看，哎呦，
Man. That's just wonderful. This is the future that China wants. It is. I would love to do this. I wonder if any of them won. I think this is the kind of game where just everyone wins. Everyone wins, regardless of the actual result. Right? What do they say about these kind of games? It only matters that you have fun. Well, look at are these people having fun? They're all laughing up a storm. They're having a wonderful time. You know? It's really only this guy that didn't win. His expressions are just fucking tremendous. Okay, let me see if I think I got another video we can take a look at, and then maybe we can start talking about this strike stuff. Let's see if I have anything else here to something enjoyable to look at. Oh, this is good. What about this? We got this video of a pygmy marmoset who finds one of these like leaf bugs. Look at this little fella. Like, what in the world? What in the world is this? I don't know. That's all I got there. That's all I got for this one. He's very fascinated though. That's really enjoyable. So, like, we can get talking about this strike stuff. I would just like to remind everyone before we continue here, especially for new viewers or lurkers, if you do enjoy this community, and now we're actually going to try to get to some serious political and news discourse. But if you do enjoy this content or you join this program, you want to support the community, please subscribe. It costs $5 per month to subscribe. We have some of the best emotes on the platform. In my opinion, we got one of the best communities on this entire platform, in my opinion. So if you want to support that, if you want to join the community and you want to support this content, you can subscribe for $5 per month. You can gift subscriptions to move up higher into the Friendship Triangle tiered friendship access and clout distribution system. You can do that. You can gift subs. You can donate friend coin or anything else. The only way this show is able to stay on the air is with the generous contributions of people in this community. My sub numbers have been sliding a little bit because I've had a hard time streaming as much. My kid's been sick. I've been sick. I'm also mentally ill, which has been difficult as well to coordinate around, as you might know. So if you want to support the channel, you want to support this content or this community, that's how you do it. So I just want to remind everyone, very briefly that's how this content is able to stay on the air. Hit me with ads. I'll do my part. It's weird, Beef, like Beef 49. I've really tried to avoid the ad stuff. You know, I hate having ads. Twitch keeps trying to like incentivize me to do ad breaks and stuff like that. I never want to do that. I think it's annoying. I don't like doing it. I might have to start doing it at some point, even though I would rather not. Generally, I feel like it's better for everyone if we avoid that. You know, I like to try. I just ignore all my emails that I get from Twitch to try to tell me to do these ad breaks. I don't even really know how it works. I may have to figure it out eventually, but I really try to keep this content on the air without having to lean on the ads too much. Because it's annoying for the viewers. It's annoying for me to have to stop and do it and figure this shit out in the first place. It's kind of gross and weird. And it makes me feel uncomfortable. So I may have to do more ads like moving forward. That's a possibility, but for right now, I'm going to try to avoid that. Okay, so let's talk about the strike business. Always good with the old call to action that results in nothing as well. Results in no subscriptions. That's always makes you feel good. Good old Twitch. All this shit is just gamified to make you feel physically and mentally bad. You know, if you don't funnel money up to Jeffrey Bezos, the fucking wealthiest man in the world. I crank up the ads when chatters annoy me. That's a good strategy. That is a good strategy. Maybe that's something I could start doing. So we can talk about this.
You've just become an elite member of the Friendship Triangle.
Vargas Prime, thank you so much. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Vargas Prime. Giving into my little guilt trip I was doing there. I don't believe me. I hate it. I hate having to do it. I hate having to guilt people into subscribing to this channel, but this is what you got to do. If you want to be a Twitch streamer, you have to do. You have to just completely fucking check your ego at the door. Just get ready to completely give it whatever dignity you thought you had. Just leave it. Just throw it in the trash. I got a gift sub recently, so I'm paying it forward and renewing my loyalty to the Friendship Triangle. You've just become an elite member so much,
of the Friendship Triangle.
Oh, goodness. And thank you, Doc, as well. Thank you, Doc. A true valued community member, Doc Hollywood. And my personal friend, Doc Hollywood. Thank you very, very much, Doc, for the 5 gifted subs. Very kind of you. I really appreciate that. And I do hope that you get back to doing your
you can count on me.
Kino
You're
for
gonna have good old
Comrades.
Rob to talk you through all this.
Hello, Rob. We are 1 month away from our anniversary. I hope you are planning something special. Maybe a James Cameron extravaganza?
He is a real doctor, yes. Love this. Thank you, Doc. I really appreciate it. Dr. Maggot, thank you. 11 months of tier 1 from Dr. Maggot. Thank you for all the support, Dr. Maggot. And maybe I think we should plan a special to celebrate, and this is the only reason, to celebrate Dr. Maggot's 1 year membership in this community. A James Cameron extravaganza. Dr. Maggot, of course, also a real doctor. Yes. That is right. Is it better to donate or gift subs? I actually don't know, Dakadu, and I'm not sure. It's like having the subscription is like the sub numbers up to a certain level is important. Amazon takes, or Twitch/Amazon takes 50% of that, which is very unfortunate, but I actually don't know. But any ways that people want to support this channel are very much appreciated by me. Regardless of how they choose to do it. And Dakadun, you've been a big supporter, and I really appreciate that a lot as well. Okay. The world could probably use more fake doctors. I should become a fake doctor as well. If I just started calling myself Dr. Rob or Dr. Robert, like the Beatles song, you can't prove that I'm not a doctor if I just started referring to myself as that. You know? You can't prove that I'm not. I mean, maybe you can, but the official stream of doctors. That's correct. That's right. Just never specify what you're a doctor of. A doctor of coolology. Because I'm cool. Rob, put your Venmo on the screen. People can just send you money directly. Actually, if you go to the About Me, there's all kinds of links if you want to subscribe or tip or donate. Or all that info is in the About Me section of the Twitch channel. doctor of beverages, beverologist. I'm a PhD in the beverologist sciences. Dr. Pepper, that's right. Drinkology. The difference between a real doctor and a fake one is mostly the...
This is some guy, Rob Russo, some leftist based in Canada.
Hey, Dan.
I was turned on to this sick individual, and I found this.
Dan Simpson, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, Dan Simpson. Very kind of you, sir. Welcome, Dan. Welcome, Raiders. Bring it in here. Get in here, Raiders. Thank you for joining us. I am Rob. I am a socialist Twitch streamer here in Montreal, Quebec. Smash the follow button if you want to be part of the community, if you want to chat. If you follow Dan, I know you're a fan of subversive, anti-imperialist, revolutionary content. That's what we deliver day in, day out on this channel, as well as a lot of discourse about like snacks and beverages and that kind of stuff. So if that sounds appealing to you, smash that follow button or smash the subscribe button even if you want to do that. Okay, so let's talk about this. Like, I mean, we can talk about the rail strike that's like is being shut down by like the liberal establishment in the United States. There's also room to talk about the CUPE strike that was going on here in Ontario. We talked about that a couple weeks ago, and that is kind of like ongoing. We were kind of disappointed, I think, on this channel when CUPE went back to work and kind of gave up all the support and the leverage that they had. And I was kind of reticent to criticize it too much because I'm always, try to pump the brakes a little bit when I'm just like this dipshit Twitch streamer. I don't want to be lecturing like labor organizers about how to do their fucking jobs. But it does kind of seem like that was a mistake on the part of the CUPE union as well in Ontario, who are still not getting the deal that they want and now have like lost a lot of the leverage that they had and possibly lost a lot of the support that they had because the public was kind of behind them. A strike shut down by the most pro-labor president ever. I know, it's so weird. He loves labor. He loves the labor movement. Just this one time, though. He had to make an exception. The what union in Ontario? CUPE. It's the, what's the acronym, folks? It's the something union of public employees. This is like custodians, librarian, not teachers. It's not the teachers union, but it's like custodians, teachers, assistants, librarians. These motherfuckers love to break strikes just like Obama broke the NBA strike. Disgusting assholes. Absolutely. And so like let's look at this because like here's one thing that's important to look at first as well, which is how the media talks about this. Let's look at how the media talks about striking workers, and then we can take a look at how the Biden administration is dealing with it as well. And like you look at what these rail workers are asking for. Like they're asking they don't get paid sick leave. They're asking for like 1 day of paid sick leave. That's like their big demands here. We would like to be able to take the day off work when we're sick, which especially in the wake of this fucking ongoing pandemic that we're still in today, seems like should just be a no-brainer. And perhaps these like multi-millionaire railway barons that own these private monopolistic interests that own these railways could give this to their workers very easily without noticing one iota of a difference in their bottom line. These are these crazy demands that they're asking. And here's how it gets treated in corporate media in the United States of America. This basic demand and this possibility, not even a strike, but the possibility of a strike. Here's how it gets talked about in the media.
A rail strike is one of the most disruptive and expensive things that can happen to an economy.
A rail shutdown or strike would disrupt supply chains.
A strike means food prices could skyrocket.
Many experts are saying would be an economic catastrophe.
That could mean a big shortage and massive price hikes. Even gas prices could increase.
And it also could cost the economy $1 billion within the first week.
That would cripple the economy.
I'm not setting aside the concerns of your members, but are you and your members willing to stop the rails, in effect, and accept those costs to the U.S. economy?
That's not the workers. It's not the workers costing the U.S. economy. As we saw with QP as well. Oh, you know what the strike is going to do? It's going to lead to all these consequences. Then pay them. Then pay the workers. It's the fucking bosses that are not paying the workers that are causing the disruption. It's not the workers asking for basic compensation for the hard and difficult work and obviously important work that they do. These people are so fucking important to the economy of the United States. Perhaps they should just be paid what they're asking for. And notice how that's never part of these discussions. It's always like, this is what the strike is going to cost. And it's the workers doing the strike. And that's the end of the discussion.
Do you believe a strike is worth it if it cripples the U.S. economy and costs up to $2 billion a day?
More than $2 billion.
Like, why aren't they asking the bosses this question?
On top of all of that, the holidays are right around the corner.
The holidays are right around the corner.
Less than a month right before Christmas here.
Especially right before the holidays.
President Biden warning, if that happened, it would devastate the economy if we had a strike like that. So joining me now to talk about this and a lot more is Bank of America. It's Brian Moynihan, Chairman and CEO, one of the biggest banks in.
And joining us right now, what a fucking joke. Joining us, the CEO of Bank of America, to break this down. Joining us. Like, it's unbelievable. And like, this is the whole thing. It's like pointing out these economic consequences. And I had a tweet about this, right? Oh, by the way, though, this is something we should look at as well. Before I looked at my tweet about this, joining us, the CEO of Bank of America. That's so fucking great. Let's look at this little quote, okay? From a friend of the stream. After we look at that clip of how the media in the United States is talking about the possibility of this strike, right? And our leaders, you know, if you live in Canada, the United States, or anywhere in the West, in one of these like capitalist liberal democracies, what do they love to do? They love to lecture other countries, whether it's China or Cuba or whatever, about the free press. They cherish the free press so much. Why don't you have a free press? We must respect press freedom. Except when Israel assassinates journalists, then it's like, that's okay actually with us. It's okay that you do that. Try not to do it again though, please, Israel. Try not to assassinate any more journalists, please. Not that we're going to do anything or like rethink our relationship or stop sending you weapons or arms or funds or any of that stuff. Please don't do it again. We love to lecture other countries about the free press, isn't it? Well, our friend of the stream, Vladimir Lenin, had this to say about freedom of the press and what that actually means. For the bourgeoisie, freedom of the press meant freedom for the rich to publish and for the capitalists to control the newspapers, a practice which in all countries, including even the freest, produces a corrupt press. We don't have a free press. Disabuse yourself of this idea that we have a free press in Canada or the United States. We have a capitalist press. Big difference. Very big difference, which means, as Lenin put it, a corrupt press. And when capitalists control the press, I mean, that's where you get involved in these like right-wing conspiracies about the press and who owns the press, who owns the media. And they insist that there's this vast Jewish conspiracy. It's not a Jewish conspiracy. Jews don't own the media. Capitalists own the media. That's the conspiracy. And these fucking right-wing losers can't seem to put their finger on that because they actually love and fetishize capitalism. And they want to uphold it and continue supporting it while also being racist and anti-Semitic. Capitalists own the media. And when you have capitalist press, you have a press that's going to advance capitalist interests. And then when you have workers, like is with these rail workers that are even talking about striking, then you have capitalist press going into overdrive, blaming them for any of these possible economic consequences, right? That's because we don't have a free press. We have a capitalist press. And even all our social media is owned by tech capitalists as well. And here's the tweet that I have about this, which is amazing because you have Joe Biden himself saying like, you know, I'm the most pro-labor president in history, and I support the labor movement. But this time, I just can't support this strike because it's going to be damaging to our economy. And this is how a lot of liberals treat this kind of thing, right? Of course, I support labor unions. Of course, I support the right to strike, the right to collectively bargain. But in this case, though, it's just going to be too disruptive. We saw a lot of that with the right to protest as well. They don't believe in this unequivocal right to collectively bargain or to strike. They don't believe in this unequivocal right to protest because when it's inconvenient to me personally, that's when I have a problem with it. Right? What's that famous saying? 1 degree to the left of center in the good times, 5 degrees to the right of center when it affects me personally, I believe. While I believe in the right to protest in theory, I've just never seen one that I support. Yeah, because as soon as a fucking bank window gets smashed or a Starbucks window gets smashed or a Wendy's goes on fire, then it's a big problem. Then you got to cheer for the armed, militarized police to go in and tear gas all those people. And like this is an exaggeration. Like this is what Joe Biden is saying. Like that's the actual statement. And now the Democrats are doing this kind of two-step where they're trying to claim to support these rail workers while simultaneously legislating them back to work and interfering with their fundamental right to collectively bargain. And don't seem to have the tweet that I meant to look at there about this. Good. Very good stuff. But yeah, that's the sort of two-step they're doing now. Because there was a possibility. Apparently you have this, progressive caucus, in the Democratic Party that are supposed to be able to like use their power to influence the Biden administration to do good things. And it seems to always result in this kind of thing. After some talk that progressive Dems could torpedo Biden's rail deal, the Congressional Progressive Caucus just issued a statement signaling that members will go along with the Pelosi plan to enforce Biden's deal, plus vote separately on Bernie's request to add 7-6 days, which they know full well is not going to pass. Right? So they're able to do this thing where it's like, yeah, we're going to legislate you back to work. We're going to fundamentally interfere with your right to strike, your right to collectively bargain because it's just too damaging. But we will do some political maneuvering to make it look like we still support your goals, but we just don't have the power to enforce them. It's extremely pathetic. And here's the again, if you thought that tweet of mine was like a exaggeration in any way, it's just a fucking joke. As a proud pro-labor resident, I'm reluctant to override the ratification procedures and views of those who voted against the agreement. But always a but with the Brandons of the world, isn't there? But in this case, where the economic impact of a shutdown would hurt millions, I believe Congress must use its powers to adopt this deal. And there's a reason, right? There's a reason they can't allow these things to continue, whether it's with the NBA or whether it's with, and the NBA thing is a little bit less black and white than think people make it out to be, because there's very wealthy and NBA players and world-class athletes that I think didn't want to strike and didn't want to shut that down, that stood to lose lots of money and endorsements and weren't really willing to go all the long way. I think Obama was a little bit of a scapegoat for that, even though Obama, I think, gave them a little veneer of respectability over it. But I think there was power. There was like LeBron James and Chris Paul in that situation that just didn't want to strike, and Obama kind of gave them a little bit of cover for it. And people kind of say like, Obama shut it down. I don't think that's totally true. I think he was kind of a scapegoat, but nevertheless, though, the liberals, powerful liberals of the world, they don't want workers to exercise their power like that. And they're really spelling it out, aren't they? Like they're spelling it out. These workers are so important to our economy. We can't have them miss work, right? They're literally spelling it out, how much power working people have in the United States and elsewhere, right? They're spelling out the fact that working people, whether it's on the railroad or in any industry, in retail, in shipping, whatever industry, working people have the power at any moment to totally shut down our economy, which is the one thing that they can never have, And not only can they not have that, it's not even about the economic damage that it's going to cause, but it's making sure that workers don't understand that they have this power, right? They can't. No one can realize this. That's why we never had COVID-0 policy with the pandemic, because when you have people staying at home and you realize, when I stay at home and our entire economy shuts down and the line starts going down and they all fucking panic, then they realize that we're the ones that actually have the power in society. It's not the President Bidens of the world. It's not the Elon Musks of the world. It's the people that are actually doing the work, whether it's railway workers, grocery workers, retail workers, telecom workers. They're the ones that have the power, not the politicians, not the CEOs. And that's the one lesson that people can never learn. They can never learn that. That's why they'll avoid this at all costs. And unfortunately, there's also powerful interest in these big unions that time and time again will side with the establishment over what their workers want to do as well. They're planning to reshore from the EU and China. They can't have workers with more power. Well, that's the whole reason they offshored the whole manufacturing industry in the first place, right? Was so the CEOs could have cheap labor in China or elsewhere, South America or Southeast Asia, wherever, and not have to pay benefits, not have to pay healthcare, not have to. There was a strong working class union movement in the United States that had delivered a actual middle class that allowed people to make a living wage and have a decent life, a life of dignity. And they didn't want to give that anymore. They wanted everything for themselves. So they offshored all those manufacturing, all that entire manufacturing industry to the global South, China and elsewhere, precisely because of that. Now that they're getting their asses handed to them, as in terms of a global China surpassing them as a global trading partner, surpassing them as an economy, they're starting to realize that they need to bring manufacturing back, but they want to be able to do it without paying the same level of benefits or treating workers the same way, No, you can't just shut down my economy. No. This is like the important, there's, you know what I mean though? They're spelling it out. When they say over and over, what would this do to the economy? What would this do to our economy? It would have these huge economic consequences. And framing that as workers need to not strike then. Let's see it again.
Disruptive and expensive things that can happen to an economy.
If these rail workers are so important to the supply chain, to the economy, if they can cause that much damage, well, perhaps they should be paid a decent wage. They should be given benefits. They should be given sick days. Why are you not giving these workers who you're admitting are so important to the economy? You're admitting how important they are to the economy. Why aren't you just giving them what they want? They're admitting it. They're spelling it out for everyone.
Strike is one of the most disruptive and expensive things that can happen to an economy.
A real shutdown or strike would disrupt supply chains.
A strike means food prices could skyrocket.
And so they're making the workers sound like the villains.
That could mean a big
because it's a capitalist
and
press.
Massive price hikes. Even gas prices could increase.
And it also could cost the economy $1 billion within the first week.
That would cripple the economy.
I'm not setting aside the concerns of your members, But
Yes,
are you
you
and your
are,
members
sir.
willing to
You
stop
are
the
setting
rails
aside
in
the
effect,
concerns.
and accept those costs to the U.S. economy?
Just pay
Do
them.
you believe a strike is worth it if it cripples the U.S. economy and costs
If it's going to
$2 billion
cripple the U.S. economy, pay the workers.
a day?
More than $2 billion per day.
Is it worth it?
And on top of all of that, the holidays are right around the corner.
So a little
those
less
holidays.
than a month right before Christmas here.
Especially
Holidays right
before
around the corner.
holidays.
How dare you?
President
There's the
Biden warning-
Scrooges. What was the point of that? The Christmas Story, remember? Remember the Christmas Story? It was that was that greedy, was it Cratchit? I don't remember the name. What was the guy? Was it Bob Cratchit? That greedy Bob Cratchit just wouldn't stop asking for a handout from poor benevolent Scrooge. What was the point of that story again? I can't quite remember. The Christmas Story, you know? It was Scrooge's greedy workers just couldn't stop asking for a fucking handout. Wasn't that the point of that, I think? Just because he wanted to feed his son, Tiny Tim, a little extra meal, his disabled son. Poor Scrooge was just trying to have a nice holiday, and these greedy workers were asking for too much. Never question the precious job creators. Freeloading shouldn't be freeloading, Tim. That's right. Sending billions to Ukraine is more important, though. Yeah, that's when giving a handout is okay. When you're sending Stinger missiles to fascist militias in Ukraine, then that's all right.
If that happened, it would devastate the economy if we had a strike
devastate
like
the
that.
economy.
So joining me now
Those
to talk
greedy
about this and a
workers.
lot more is Bank of America. It's Brian Moynihan, Chairman and CEO, one of the biggest banks in.
That is incredible. Joining us to talk about this looming strike is the CEO of Bank of America. What a fucking joke. And again, folks, I would remind you of the Lenin quote. The capitalist press. Remember, like that sticks every time one of these assholes, whether it's Joe Biden or Justin Trudeau or anyone in the media, lectures another country about free press, that should be going off in your head. Capitalist press. Because it's the same thing for me. It's one of those things that once you kind of like figure that out, it's like, oh, okay, I see the scam that's being perpetrated here. Throw in some random China discourse as well. Yeah, of course. Someone linked this. So the House passed a bill that will force rail workers that would force rail workers to accept a tentative labor agreement brokered by the Biden admin. The House will vote soon on whether 7 sick days should be added to the agreement. And this is still correct me if I'm wrong, right? They still haven't started the new session, right? So this is still the Democratic-controlled House. Right? I believe it is. I know, but no, we'll pass this separate amendment, which they know full well is not going to pass. You know, it's such a fucking scam. And it's a very rainy and gross day today. Oh, here are the nays. At least one squad member is doing something. I thought that was kind of the point of having like a squad or a progressive caucus, was to be able to use these moments to like advocate for working people or what have you. It also becomes a cost-free win for certain high-profile Republicans to support it. No, I saw Marco Rubio came out with a statement about this, right? Like, you're making fucking Marco Rubio look like Eugene Debs. That's how pro-labor. You're Here's our friend Mac. That's how pro-labor Biden is. You're making fucking Marco Rubio look like a fucking pro-labor hero. The railways and workers should go back and negotiate a deal that the workers, not just the union bosses, will accept. But if Congress is forced to do it, I will not vote to impose a deal that doesn't have the support of the rail workers. Fucking great job. Marco Lennon. Great job, Brandon. Newt Gingrich. There's no reason for Congress to force American railroad workers to work when the issue is sick pay and federal employees get huge sick leave benefits. The unions and management should go back to the bargaining table. Newt Gingrich and Marco Rubio. Great job. You're doing a fucking bang up job, Brandon. And this is how liberals talk about it. And I don't want to this is just one comment from some random guy. Eric Loomis. It's not a random guy. Labor historian. 25K followers. Okay, I thought this was just a random comment. I stand corrected. This is a comment from a labor historian with 25K followers. And look what he says. This is what liberals say about this. This one it's replying to a locked account, so I don't know what it's replying to. But he says, anecdotally at least, the rail workers are very Trumpy. And there's no evidence in modern American history that opposing strikes has any negative political impact. This is what the liberal establishment, this is what people in high profile liberals are saying. Anecdotally, at least, the rail workers are very Trumpy. And I think it was Jeet here from New Republic who was saying this, but you know how to make rail workers and other working people even more Trumpy is if the Democratic-led establishment legislates them back to work over this sick pay issue. That's, if you don't want them to be Trumpy, perhaps you should support them and advocate for them getting the fucking demands that they're making, rather than legislating them back to work while touting yourself as this pro-labor hero. They're Trumpy, though, so maybe we shouldn't even bother. And it probably won't even have any negative impact anyways. Says Eric Loomis, labor historian. Fucking unbelievable. Democratically rejecting a shitty deal is very Trumpy because not getting paid more sick leave. Pro-labor except for conservatives. That's right. I mean, it's the same liberal school of thought as being well, these conservatives deserve to die in climate disasters because they vote red, right? They vote for the bad guys, so they deserve what they get. No sick days is actually the liberal international order. And it's true, the Democratic Party fully embraced neoliberalism in the early 90s, and a major plank in the neoliberal ideology is destroying the labor movement, right? And that's the neoliberal ideology was the thing that offshored all those high-paying union jobs in the first place, manufacturing jobs. It's really frustrating. It's really frustrating that this is what, and again, we talk about our great democracy in the West, and this is what you have to choose from. This is what you have to choose from in our wonderful free liberal democracy. The right-wing strike breakers or the extreme right racist also strike breakers. Neolibs are all about vibes, and the vibes of the rail workers aren't just passing the vibe check for them. That's right. Not passing the vibe check. And this thread was really revealing from Sean KP from the Antifada, aka As a Worker. Says chaining rail workers to the wheel is a real mask-off moment for Biden and Debs. Excuse me. You'll take a meager wage hike in an inflationary economy, shut the fuck up, allow yourself to be enslaved to the carriers. If any of us were essential enough, the polls would do the same to you or me. Wage increases are a slap to the face when the real animating issues are around what labor gave up 70 years ago to capital state. A say over, or God forbid, control over the pace and conditions of production, the authority of management, the right to have a semblance of dignity. Reagan was able to break the illegal Patco strike in 81 because the state had a ready supply of air traffic controller scabs in the armed forces to replace them. Where will pro-union Biden find 133,000 rail workers to cross the line in the event of a wildcat strike? The kind of heroism necessary to risk a tough but six-figure job is mind-boggling, but there's already been a decline through layoffs, attrition, and quitting of 500K jobs to 133K in recent years. How many will quit anyways under these new slave conditions? Now's the time to fight. And I imagine that I haven't listened to this, but I imagine the Antifada episode on this is good. And I'm going to link it there in the chat if you want to listen to it. And I mean, that's the next part of this equation, though, right? Is that not only should these workers be absolutely able to both collectively bargain and strike if necessary for better conditions, but why are these industries privatized in the first place? Privatization also a central plank of the neoliberal era. Why are they privatized in the first place? Then they should be nationalized in both the United States and Canada. We should have a nationalized rail workers. You know, why do we allow these private interests to fucking run these industries into the ground, usually horribly inefficiently, in the first place, to tremendous profit to themselves, at the expense of the people doing the hard work necessary to keep these industries running? Why is this allowed to continue? It's so preposterous. It's so fucking backwards. Joining us today on NBC is the CEO of the Pinkertons. Yeah. Jesus. And like, there's no one even with a political platform that's even making this case. Like, even Bernie is trying to do his best to advocate for these workers, while the party that he continuously always supports time and time again throws them under the bus. Bernie's doing what he can to support these workers. Bernie's not going out there arguing that we should nationalize the rail lines. Corbyn was doing it in the UK for a little while. Corbyn, who was mocked mercilessly for his calls to nationalize rail or renationalize it in the UK. And the CPC fucked him over. And Bernie just time and time again sides with his good friend Joe Biden, regardless of any of this stuff. But what major voice on the left in politics in America is even calling for nationalization of the rail lines or any other major industry? It's just idiotic politics. Why tell everyone you're anti-labor? Like, what would Joe Biden lose? I understand you don't want these workers to strike and you don't want the economic impact. What would Biden lose just fucking in using whatever power he had in the Democratic Party to ensure that these workers got what they were asking for so they didn't have to strike in the first place? What would you lose even? That would be an incredibly popular thing. His base of corpos. Yeah, there you go. There it is. How about threatening to nationalize? But that's the thing. If Biden did do that, you would see a revolt unlike anything we've seen, like in the media. We saw when the media turned on Biden just for like daring to leave Afghanistan and pulled the United States military out of Afghanistan, even with committing a bunch of war crimes on the way out the fucking door. We saw them immediately freak out about that. If Biden ever said anything about nationalization, not that this is a reason not to do it. He should do it. He's not going to, but he should. But you would see a massive freak out, the likes of which you've never fucking even contemplated. Sounds like the railways and electrical grid are very vulnerable. Yeah, it certainly seems like these workers in these industries are completely fucking essential to the economy continuing to run. It kind of seems like that. You know, the people doing the work, doing the actual work to keep these industries running, not the ones sitting on their fucking fat asses, collecting a multi-million-dollar salary while doing nothing. It almost does kind of seem like that, doesn't it? And I have a fat ass myself, so I'm allowed to say that, okay? No one get mad at me. I'm allowed to say it. The government is trying to privatize education as a whole. You can't talk about nationalizing anything in the U.S. admin. Yeah, I mean, even the few industries left that have some that are nationalized, the few public industries that are left are being privatized and are being squeezed to the point that these public workers are getting screwed over. God, what a miserable day. You remember Trump trying to destroy the USPS? I do, yeah. And then I remember Biden coming in and keeping the same asshole that was in charge under Trump that everyone was complaining about, and Biden fucking keeping them. I also remember Trudeau legislating our own postal workers back to work. The joy still there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know if I had anything about this. Brandon the bag fumbler. That's right. Yes, he is. And like these like big business interests, they know that the Biden administration is on their side. Look at this from this tweet from Ken Klippenstein, the CIA's own Ken Klippenstein. Look how confident private industry was that the Biden admin would prevent a rail strike, per coal company investor call. We're still believing that the federal government will be involved enough to prevent, so we're placing a low probability on it. I think on the rail strike, there's continuing negotiations. There's several. This is from Joe Kraft, Chairman, President, and Chief Executive Officer. I think on the rail strike, there's continuing negotiations. There's several of the various unions. There's like a dozen different unions that are impacted by those negotiations in the rail sector. I think there's several of them that have already voted down the most recent proposal. We know the railroads and U.S. government is involved along with labor unions. It's a possibility. We're still believing that the federal government will be involved enough to prevent a major disruption to our economy that a rail strike would occur. We're placing a low probability on it. We got Adam Johnson putting this out as well. And look, again, it's the language in the press, the way that the language in the media is used to obfuscate what's actually going on here, which Adam Johnson is one of the absolute best people to break that kind of stuff down. This is the way it's being framed in the media. Again, talk about the capitalist press when they frame these workers' issues or when it comes to union power or striking workers. Biden urges Congress to pass legislation to avert nationwide rail strike. The president warned lawmakers that failing to approve the tentative labor agreement could devastate the economy just weeks before Christmas. That's NBC News. Reuters says U.S. House to vote Wednesday to block rail strike. The Guardian, left-wing rag The Guardian, Congress to take up bill to avert rail strike as Biden and unions clash. New York Times, congressional leaders say they will act to prevent rail strike. Democrat and Republican leaders prepared to intercede as President Biden warned the prospect of a strike next month has put the economy at risk. And like he's pointing out, the bill doesn't avert, block, or prevent a rail strike. It's the government, including Pelosi and Biden, intervening on behalf of management to force workers into accepting a deal they democratically rejected. We don't need officer-involved reporting on what's going on here. But you see how it's a team effort between both political parties, the media, and these private interests, all working together to ensure that workers take a deal that they democratically rejected. And people, and like, this is the thing, Democrats wonder why these working class communities abandon them. How did Trump get elected? Why don't these working class communities support Dems anymore? Well, it must be because we've gone too woke. It must be because we support these abolish the police protests. That must be why. We're too obsessed with pronouns and trans rights. That's why we're losing these working class communities. And then when the moment comes like this, which is a fucking layup, which would show people that they will support these communities, these working class communities, they side time and time again with the bosses. Just like like Bill Clinton was a central actor in the movement to get rid of all these manufacturing industries, which ended up costing Hillary Clinton the election, lo and behold. And they sit around and wonder why these communities are abandoning Democrats, why they don't trust liberals. It's just a complete mystery why we're losing these communities. Even if they don't become Trumpy or they don't support Republicans, which many of them are, they'll just completely get disengaged from the political process. And because they realize correctly that liberals in the Democratic Party aren't going to support them. Okay, again, so just correct me if I'm wrong here. Sometimes I don't get this stuff right. So please correct me if I'm wrong. I got this tweet about AOC from earlier today. I just caught up with AOC on the rail strike situation. She's pushing hard to increase paid sick leave from 1 day to 7 days. She's fighting tooth and nail, she said, and called this a showdown. Whether paid sick leave is boosted is in the Senate's hands. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. I didn't see her name on that list of no's in the House voting on the deal to legislate these workers back to work, though. Am I crazy about that? I didn't see her. I saw Tlaib on the list of no's. I did not see AOC on there. And now it's in the Senate's hands, where they fucking know exactly what's going to happen. And again, people wonder why they lose confidence in this process, that they don't want to support the Democratic Party, that they don't think liberals have their best interests in mind, that they don't think there's this possibility to pull the Democratic Party to the left, pull Joe Biden administration to the left. They wonder why people are cynical with that process. Doing the work of saying, that's right. That's what they all want. They're doing the work of saying. A friend of mine is in a union. His neighbor across the street from him in the same union had a big Trump sign in his yard during election season. Like, again, this is a big shift. All these right-wing union people now supporting Republicans and supporting Trump. It might sound like a contradiction, but it's really not when you look at the role that liberals and the Democratic Party have played in siding with the bosses time and time again against working people, or expecting to get credit for like saying the good thing or supporting the good thing while not actually doing the work to fight for the good thing, to not make sacrifices, to not do what's hard. You know, and it doesn't mean that Trump or Republicans or conservatives are actually good for the working class movement. Of course they are not. Of course they're not. But it's not surprising that people are abandoning the Democratic Party. It's not. It's not surprising. It's been years now since Trump was elected. They still haven't figured this out. Why this is going on. And that's a good point, irate lump. That's a really good way of putting it. If you can't get your economic interests represented, you might as well at least get your cultural interests represented. And that's the thing. And then right-wing media comes in and says, like, the reason you don't, have good benefits anymore, it's first of all, it's because of liberals and Democrats, which is partially true, obfuscating the way that the right has obviously been part of that as well. And they say it's because of immigrants, it's because of gay and trans people, it's because of refugees. And then right-wing media is able to pull people down this path of reaction and this path of fascism and racism. What are they offering? Even the measly $10K Brandon promise for student loans isn't going to happen. Yeah, and it's like young people showed up in those midterm elections to vote for the Democratic Party for these reasons, and they're already not getting the measly crumbs that they were being promised. And again, when you've been watching this kind of stuff for 15, 20 years, you see this cycle over and over of young people getting involved, like thinking that they can trust liberals, voting for Democrats, voting for the Liberal Party or the NDP, and then time and time again, having their fucking concerns completely dismissed, get talked down to like they're spoiled children. And then the cynicism sets in, and then the cycle begins again a couple years later. And then Tucker Carlson, who's giving you every scapegoat, tells you, when are you going to do something to stop this? Yeah. And then when someone does something, they go, oh, how can this have happened? I can't believe this. And they took away the child tax credit, which was put in place under Trump. It's fucking infuriating. How could this have happened? Bernie did stop by the Union Hall. And Bernie is probably the most pro-union member of... He's in the Senate or member of the Democratic caucus. But what does that ultimately mean, though, when time and time again he sides with his friend Joe Biden? Bernie has great rhetoric about this. Even right now, he's out there making the case to support these workers. But like time and time again, he supports Joe Biden. He supports the Democratic Party. It's because liberals offer a safe avenue for young people to express themselves right before they abandon these same young people to face the police. And yeah, Dakadu, that's it too. He didn't want to get blamed for a Trump win, but people still shit on him anyway. He did everything he could to avoid getting blamed for a Trump win, and he, lo and behold, still got blamed. It is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate stuff. That's the point, though, right? That's the point. If the economy is in threat because of these striking rail workers, or whether it's with QP in Ontario as well, right? That's the lesson. It's that the people that are doing the work in these industries are the ones that have the power. In the railway, in telecoms, in grocery stores, in the service industry. Working people can shut down our entire country, our entire economy at any time. That is the one thing that our capitalist overlords cannot have. They cannot abide. And that's why they bend over backwards to avoid allowing people to learn this lesson. Even the goddamn AFL-CIO sold out the rail workers, encouraged them to eat the bowl of shit. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, cop unions are also part of the AFL-CIO, right? They'll repeatedly support these cop unions who are not workers. Cops who are on the side of the capitalists who are not workers. That's one of the problems, and that's a big problem with the anti-communist movement, right? And the way that unions in Canada and the United States were purged of socialists in that Red Scare era. It's for that exact reason. Can't have any socialism in my labor movement.
This is some guy, Rob Russo, some leftist based in Canada. I was turned on to this sick individual, and I found this.
Majority Report, thank you so much for the raid. Very much appreciated. Well, bring it on in here, Raiders. Thank you, Majority Reports. Our friend Matt Lech. Subversive entryist. Subversive Majority Report entryist, Matt Lech. What a fucking nightmare. Sam Sater. Welcome. I really appreciate the raid. Welcome, Raiders. I'm Rob. Hello. Thank you for joining. Matt Lech. Okay. Do not know how to pronounce that. I apologize to Matt. I apologize, Matt. Matt Lech. Thank you, Nixon Plumber. Please smash the follow button if you haven't already, if you want to participate in the chat. I am Rob. I am a socialist Twitch streamer here in Montreal. We were just talking about the rail strike, or the lack thereof, and talking about the ways that the Democratic Party, the media, and these private business interests are coming together to ensure that this strike doesn't happen, which ultimately is for this specific incident, but it's also because they can't allow working people in the United States or Canada or anywhere else to really learn this basic idea that the people that are doing the work in the rail industry, in the telecom industry, in the service industry, grocery stores, whatever you said, whatever industry you want to bring up, they're the ones that do the work. They're the ones that keep our economy going. And, they're talking about all these dangerous consequences of this strike. That's exactly the reason that they should be paying these workers. The people doing the work, they're the ones that have the power in society, not the CEOs, not the politicians, not the media bosses, none of them. And that's why they bend over backwards to ensure that there's not going to be a strike. And anyway, this whole idea of like, oh, I'm a pro-labor president, except for, when it affects me, right? I'm pro-labor, I'm pro-union, I'm pro-strike, except when it's going to hurt the economy. Have I lost weight? I don't know if I have. Maybe a couple pounds. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Skinner principle. But my Christmas treats. And then if you fucking care about the economy or the Christmas treats, pay the workers. I'm pro-labor except for those Trumpy-ass rail workers. And it reminds me of this classic song by Phil Oakes.
In every American community, you have varying shades of political opinion. One of the shadiest of these is the liberals. An outspoken group on many subjects. 10 degrees to the left of center in good times. 10 degrees to the right of center if it affects them personally.
So here then is a lesson in
safe logic. I cried when they shot.
I mean, I would love to listen to this song. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble or if it's going to be censored or silenced or whatever, but it's a fucking wonderful song. But I just love that introduction by Phil Oakes there. "10 degrees to the left of center in the best of times. 10 degrees to the right of center when it affects them personally." Time and time again, this proves to be true. Time and time again. Time and time again. Welcome, Raiders. I'm going to read this important comment from Sam Gerbs here. Welcome, Raiders. Don't forget to follow the channel, and if you like it, drop a sub or a prime sub. Let's help anti-imperialist voices and pro-labor voices as well. Get a foothold in this idiotic society. Thank you, Sam. If you do enjoy this content, folks, the best way to support it is by subscribing to this channel. which costs $5 per month. It's free if you have Twitch Prime. It's absolutely free of charge. It really helps me keep this content on the air. It's very helpful. I appreciate it a lot. You can also gift subs. You can be part of the whole friendship triangle system. You know, I'm trying to do the whole spiel again. I lose energy after doing this multiple times, but I really do appreciate all the support. I hope if you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy this content, that you can subscribe. It helps out a lot, and it makes me like you as a person, and it means that we're friends. We become friends, like real life. You know, sometimes you have parasocial relationships with, you know, people, you know, online on Twitch or Twitter.
You can count
on
me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
When you subscribe, as Bitty for your thoughts just did. Thank you, Bitty, for the 8 months of Tier 1. We become actual friends, not parasocial. It's not parasocial. It's real. It's real friendship. And we all need friends right now. We need community. We're all isolated. We're all atomized. We need to have friendships with people, real friendships. And that's what you can have when you subscribe to this channel. Is there a pyramid involved with friendship? No, it's a triangular shaped system, two-dimensional. Two-dimensional.
We simply use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
Organic plug opportunity for TRRS Discord. Kino for Comrades is back next Wednesday night with the Battle of Algiers.
Oh my goodness, Doc.
See y'all there.
I'm happy I brought that up, Doc. Thank you so much for the 200 friend coin. And thank you, Dakadoon, as well for the 1337.
For my personal friend, Rob.
That's right, Dakadoon. That's absolutely correct. Thank you so much, Dakadoon. I appreciate that. I became friends with Rob, and he picked me up from the airport. I took the train home, but I'm sure it was Rob driving because we're friends. I mean, I told you that it was me, Ghost, and just because we didn't physically see each other, like, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie about the fact that I was driving the train. So that was me. You're correct. Some sort of flat pyramid. No, it's a triangle. It's a triangle, not a pyramid. Very important differentiation there. Check out my music on Bandcamp. You may hate him as a person, but still enjoy his marvelous tunes. That's a possibility too. Even if you can't stand the sight of me, you might enjoy some of the tracks. I'm getting back into the music game. What else do we got today? I don't know. I kind of think that was almost like all I had about the rail strike stuff. Anyway, support the workers, support the unions. I hope they do go on strike. Fuck Biden. Fuck Brandon. You know? Fuck the Democratic Party if they legislate them back to work. They should strike anyways. And if it's so dangerous to the economy, if it's going to have such devastating economic consequences, pay the workers what they're asking for. The same thing with the QP strike in Ontario. What about our kids? What about our kids? These QP workers can't strike. Kids have to go to school. Well, if the kids need to go to school, pay the workers. How about that? Give them what they're asking for. Just pay them. Give them 10 days sick leave. Stop the treats. Rob took me for a walk on the beach. When I looked back, there was one set of footprints. What does that mean? It means that I was like, had you over my shoulder like this. Not like a nice carry like this. It's like a full caveman walking like that. Very important avatar update. What's this? Now, I choose to believe this is true. The Avatar Way of Water film crew has to play. Ooh, there's even a little emote now. That's cool. Has to play the Enawuga sound effect of a submarine diving horn to get James Cameron's attention. I don't even respond unless they do the Awuga. Very hyped for Avatar The Way of Water. Very hyped. I imagine everyone else in the chat is as well. We should come up with a clever way to say fuck Joe Biden so other people won't know what we're saying. Any suggestions? I know we should workshop that. We should definitely workshop that. Oh yeah, I like this. This Christmas, instead of Feliz Navidad, it's going to be Please Navidad. Because the kids are going to want to go see the new Avatar. It's funny because like I told my son that the new Avatar film is coming out. And he wants to go to the theater to see it. But I'm trying to tell him, like, and I would like to bring him. Like, I did make him watch Avatar and he enjoyed it. But I was trying to tell him, like, it's like 3.5 hours long. Like, we watched the Spider-Man movie in the theater and you were bored after about an hour. And you, like, wanted to leave. And then that was Spider-Man. If we go, I cannot bring you to as much as I would love to bring you to see Avatar The Way of Water, you are not going to sit there for 3.5 hours. You're not going to do it. I know you're not. We need bring back intermissions. How about that? Back to you carrying someone over your shoulder on the beach, caveman style. Can it happen? But imagine you doing the bushwalkers walk. It would really have to be one arm. Just, you know? That'd be good. Press 1 in the chat if you would like me to carry you around like that. Right over the shoulder. Let's see what the chat thinks about this. Okay. Good. Very good. I wasn't listening. That's all right. Not a problem. And 1 second, I'm just going to go plug in my phone. I'll be right back. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Just walking around bushwhacker style in general would be a funny bit. It would be. It would be, yeah. Hello, Lexi. So see if there's like a video or something on we can maybe watch. I would actually like to play Fortnite I think if it was up to me right now, that's what I would be doing. I would play Fortnite for the next 30 or 40 minutes. I need to
Five mega corporation.
Gotta try and fill up that sub goal a little bit more. I gotta do one last push for subs, folks.
You can count on me. You're gonna have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Hello, I'm being lied to, and I heard you can help.
Thank you very much, B-Rat. I appreciate that. 13 months of tier 1 from B-Rat. Thank you very much. B-Rat, good to see ya. I gotta do one last push for subs, okay? Because it would be good to, if possible, get slightly closer to the old sub goal. I mentioned the other day that I've not been able to stream quite as much lately for a variety of reasons. My kid's been sick a lot, as a lot of kids right now are sick. I haven't been able to do it.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
My overall monthly sub numbers have gone down by like over 100. And I mentioned yesterday that this channel does okay, but it doesn't, not really at the level that I can lose 100 subscribers and not really notice that. So if you do enjoy the content, I got to do one last push for this. And I apologize for people having to listen to this over and over again.
You can count on me.
I don't like having to do it either.
To talk you through all this.
I don't like having to do it either. But if you do enjoy, and I'm going to make sure I thank everyone in just a few moments.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
My budget is dumb tight RN, but PLS enjoy my Prime sub.
I do enjoy. Thank you, Gone Wrong. And again, a Prime sub totally free of charge. I really appreciate that, Gone Wrong 3. Thank you for the 8 months of Prime. I really appreciate it. And thank you to DRP50 as well for the gifted sub. And to A Hot Meal for the 9 months of Prime. Thank you for the Bezos bucks. Where was I? Now I got interrupted. I got rudely interrupted. But yes, if you do support the content, if you want to support the community, the only way I'm able to do this stream, the only way I'm able to keep this content on the air is through the generosity of this community. So please, if you enjoy the show, if you enjoy tuning in to TRRS on a daily basis,
you're gonna have good old Rob
subscribe to the
talk
channel
you through all this.
Using your Twitch Prime sub, or for $5 if you have that, or what have you. I hate it when I don't want to do the interrupting bit. You know, I don't want to do it.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Stream more if you can and react to other streamers. They may mention you or react to you. Sorry if this comment is obnoxious. It's not obnoxious, Lexi. Although I do kind of try to avoid that kind of content just because I don't really enjoy watching it myself. The constant feedback loop of streamers reacting to one another. So there's a lot of things that I could do that would probably be beneficial to the audience of the show that I just don't do because I find it annoying. But thank you also to our Christoffel for the Prime, 3 months of Prime. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you also to Hey Antonia for the 1 entire year. Look at that, 1 entire year of tier 1 from Hey Antonia. Thank you very much, Hey Antonia. Ali and HD can't afford to sub, which I do understand. Obviously, if people can't, J Cross is saying, inflation is killing me. Feeding 2 kids with the price gouging is insane now. That's exactly why I got to go in here and debase myself by trying to get people to subscribe to this channel, because I too have kids that I got to try and take care of, and this is the main way that I'm able to do it is through this Twitch channel. I call it just inflation. If we got a generous chatter in there, Ali and HD would appreciate a gift sub. And again, I thank everyone for all the support. I do really appreciate everyone that's able to support this channel. It really does mean a lot. Has to stream through the fumes. The fumes are not so bad now. I think I successfully aired out this place.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Thank you so much, Irate Lump. Thank you for gifting a sub to Ali and HD. Very, very much appreciated from both of us. Thank you. And now, Ali, you can count enjoy on all the emotes.
You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
And thanks for a gifted sub, Goat's Head, to legendary pop music icon, Phil Collins. That's great. Didn't realize that Phil was a viewer of the stream. I guess maybe a little shy. Doesn't like to participate in the chat too much. One of my favorite music artists of all time, though, Phil Collins. Happy to have him in the community as well. Thank you, Goat's Head, for that. Be cool if there was a government creator fund. Just imagining a socialist utopia. I mean, listen, I would take just being able to keep 75% of the subs rather than 50. That would make a huge difference.
You can count on me. You're gonna have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
And thank you also to Cumlord69, or sorry, Anonymous Gifter, the most Christ-like of all gifters. Anonymous Gifter, to new community member, brand new valued community member, Cumlord69. Looking forward to hearing more from Cumlord in the chat. It said that the streamer I'm supporting more than anyone else is Jeff Bezos. It's very frustrating. It's actually frustrating for me. I would actually that there's not like an alternative. I've thought about trying to stream on YouTube or trying to stream in other places. But there's just no way, like there's no other platform that can match Twitch's audience, match the sort of ability to raise funds on here. It's really frustrating that they take such a huge cut of that. I understand it costs money to like host all this content or whatever. YouTube chat also very lame. But at the same time, it's the world's wealth. It's the fucking Amazon corporation, you know? Don't take 50% of my subs. Right? Again, very, very similar to the rail workers and very similar to the other workers that we're talking about today. The Twitch streamers, the content creators, whether it's on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, what have you, are the ones doing the actual work. We're creating the content that make people tune in, that make people pay for this shit in the first place. Twitch is not doing anything. The Twitch executives are just sitting there. The Amazon executives are just sitting there. And I know I need to put stuff on TikTok. I know I need to do that as well. It's just stupid that I haven't. It's stupid that I haven't done it. Did your kids end up with the RSV? Stuff is nasty this year. My kid has been sick a lot this year. I don't know exactly with what, but it's been tough. Like that's one of the reasons I haven't streamed that much is precisely because I've been taking days off to take care of him. My kids have gotten coughs a lot too this year. It's been really rough. It's been really, really rough. All right, listen, folks. I don't get to do a lot of gaming content on here. But I think that it is now time for a little bit of gaming zone. And I encourage people to continue to support the stream if you can. If not, of course, that's fine also. But I really, really appreciate everyone that subscribed, that gifted subs. It really does mean a lot. It really helps me out a lot. And it's the only thing that allows me to keep this content on the air. So I really thank you very much for supporting the show. So a rare gaming zone here. I got one game of Fortnite in earlier. I'm looking forward to the season finale. That's on the weekend. Got to make sure my kid watches that. He's going to be excited for that. Let's go. Let's just dive into this. No one that I know is playing right now. That's right, Johnny. Fork knife. Fork knife, as it's known. I've never played this and I refuse to. Johnny, it's so good. Especially because I was a holdout as well. I hated the building and stuff, but now that there's no build, I'm a big proponent of the no build. Because now these zoomers don't have that advantage over you. These zoomers that can just build these massive structures in seconds. I never had the hand-eye coordination or the muscle memory to figure out how to do that. Okay? No build is good. It's just a fun, it's just a fun third-person shooter, right? It's just enjoyable.
Well, that's everything. Cards on the table. Amy, still on board?
Dan sent an atonement near Tainted Towers.
I've got all the scientist data in my quantum drive, and I'm unkillable, so I don't really have anything to lose. Except your existence, which is not nothing.
We need to tether ourselves to the island's energy using these zero-point attunement anchors.
Come on, Johnny.
Place them in sync. So
you know you want to play.
Once your anchor is down, send me a signal to place mine.
So I've got to emote outside this tower, I guess. Doing quests here. I feel like I did what they told me to, but I don't know if that actually activated the quest. What's going on with that? Do I have to go to the other one too? Nice try. Yeah, I did pick up a win the other day. I don't know if there's a lot of pressure when there's people watching. There's a lot of pressure. So I don't know if we'll get there today. I'll try my best, though. I will try my best.
Will either hold us together or tear everything apart. And I mean everything.
Probably not that. We're gonna be fine.
Cash registers, whiplash vehicle, glue gun. There we go. Showing my elite gaming skills, folks. I know you just view me as this like handsome, intelligent guy. Surely you can't also be an elite gamer though at the same time though, right? That would just be unfair. That would be unfair to everyone else. If in addition to all these other skills, he also had these elite gaming skills. A pro gamer. Well, it's true. I am one. This goo gun is very fun to blow stuff up with. Okay. 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 And like goo. It's gooed all over the place. He's not lying, folks. Yeah, I better keep that. Uh-oh. This gamer god, that's right. That's the kind of attitude that I like to have in the chat. Following this stuff. Had plenty of health, so this is not that big of a deal. Blobbing up. First I was gooing everywhere, and now I'm a big blob. Fortnite really is a land of contrasts. I was gooing, now I'm blobbing. Very satisfying, that. I think I'm just gonna like walk around as a goo for a little while because it's part of a quest that I'm doing. I'm gonna just take a little time out just to be some goo. Metal goo. What is that? Oh, my sapling is there. Cool. Don't mind me. I'm not cum. It's metal. It's like a liquid metal. Is it a cum quest? No. It would be ridiculous. I don't know what this is about, but...
You're not the one we're looking for.
Fine. It's like a liquid metal thing. It's like the T-1000 in the classic James Cameron film Terminator 2. James Cameron is really just the man. How do you make Terminator, Aliens, The Abyss, and Terminator 2 in like a 10-year span? How do you do that? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely absurd. Ooh. What's my progress on that goo quest? I think I need one more goo. You need one more goo to get there. Oh my. That was a surprise. Exciting. Should give Valorant a try. I really prefer the third person over the first person shooters. I don't know why exactly, but it's one of the reasons that I really gravitated towards Fortnite. I like this sort of silly, cartoonish style. I like the third person. Valorant seems very complicated with all the different magic abilities people have and stuff. I don't get how it works. It seems intimidating to me. Doing pretty good, folks. I'm in the top 10. Okay. All right. Okay. This is a pretty good little run here, folks. Seven people left. Now top 5. Oh boy. That fellow was lucky. This is where it starts to get tense. So the heart rate starts to go up. I can't even look at the chat. I got to ignore chat for a few minutes. Let's press 1 for moral support, though. If you want to morally support me. There's no higher level of programmer than when you can get a Battle Royale solo W on Twitch. That's real pro gamer shit, okay? That's not like, oh, I'm doing a little joke. I'm doing a meme. No, that's real. That's real life. I'm probably jinxing it now that I'm talking about it. Goodness. Sniper tension. Remember that battle in Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater? When you had getting that sniper war of attrition with that old dude? I don't remember his name. That was one of those gaming moments where I was like, this is like, I'm playing, this is more than a game here. This is art. This is art that I'm experiencing right now. One of my favorite games of all time, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Classic. Only 4 left. Ideally, I could if everyone could get into a little skirmish, that I could swoop in at the last moment. That would be my ideal outcome here. I'm going to be converging down there. There's a guy in that house, probably passing through that valley. Whoa. Gah. Oh no, oh, timely reload. Timely reload. That's not so bad though, right? That's not so bad. I didn't have any health too. I had somehow dropped my health without realizing it. That was a costly error. Costly error there, folks. Ugh. See, now I feel like I shouldn't do another game because that was like, I'm not going to do better than that, I don't think. Oh, and I got the Herald. Cool. And I'll get this little dance. I got this little dance. Little reward. I was the one that got in the skirmish. That's right. Yeah. Back to our roots. That's right, friends. What time is it? 3:30? No, I should really go. I can do one. I can do one game of Fortnite. That's fine. That's fine to do. That's fine. I have to go to the bathroom anyways. I had one good solid game. Nothing wrong with it. Thanks for watching, everybody. That was a fun one. If anyone wants to support my pro gaming, you know, there's a top 3 finish. If that's worth $5 to anybody, you know. Just saying that you could. Not that it's essential or anything. I'm sorry I have to do this, folks. I'm sorry. I hate having to do the thing with the subs. I really don't enjoy it. But you just have to do it. If you want to make any semblance of a living here on Twitch, you have to just debase yourself. Believe me, I would rather not do it. Who do we got here? We got Left Flank Vets. We got Midwestern Marks. What's Midwestern Marks talking about today?
So you have to hate Russia.
I still like Eddie. I still like Eddie from Midwestern Marks. Eddie from Midwestern Marks does some really great anti-imperialist content. You know what? Even though I think we can give Midwestern Marks a raid. I like Eddie's content. And they could use the viewers right now. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll talk to you soon, okay? I'll be back tomorrow. The elusive 4 streams. Can I do 5 streams? I don't think I've done 5 streams in a week in quite a long time, even though technically the show is supposed to be on every single day. I don't think I've done 5 streams in a week in quite some time. Maybe this is the week that I pull it off. Maybe this is the week that I can pull it off. Who knows? The Biggie Langston amount of streams. He should have kept that gimmick. You should have kept the 5 gimmick. I liked that, James. I was into that. That's all. So listen, join the Discord. If you're a lurker, if you're a non-sub, you know, one thing you can do to support the community, and I recommend you do it just for your own personal benefit, is join the Discord server. The Discord server is fucking tremendous. We're going to be watching movies. We got Alien coming up. Lots of good stuff. Click the link to join the Discord server. I'll talk to you there. I'll be back tomorrow, noon Eastern. Talk to you then. Give Eddie my regards. Goodbye.